Had another question about completing the square. This seems to be giving people a little bit of trouble. So we start with the equation 4x squared plus y squared and so forth. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it yourself. We write the equation like this with the constant on this side, leaving little space to indicate that we're going to complete the square in these x and y terms. Factor out the 4 from the x terms. The y terms, y already has a coefficient of 1. Then inside the parentheses here, since the x squared has coefficient 1, we can just take half of the coefficient of x and square it, getting 9. So we add 9 and subtract 9 within the parentheses here, and that'll complete the square on this term. Completing the square on the y squared minus 2y. Y squared has a coefficient of 1. So we divide the negative 2 by 1 and get negative 1. Square that, we get 1. So we add 1 and subtract 1. Then we factor the square here and we factor the square here, expressing those as perfect squares. Then multiply back through by the factor 4 here that we factored out of this term, and we obtain this line. Negative 36 and negative 1 is negative 37. Added to negative 4 gives us 33. So right here is our equation, and we're getting close to the final form of an ellipse, of the equation of an ellipse. We divide both sides of the equation that we just saw by 33, and we have our 1 on this side. Then we express this as a fraction with x plus 3 squared in the numerator and a square in the denominator. Now what's our coefficient of x plus 3 squared? It's 4 over 33, which is exactly the same as being divided by 33/4. We take the 33/4 and take its square root and then square that to express this as a square, to express the x term as having a perfect square in its denominator, or a square in its denominator. It's not all that perfect. And we do the same here, of course. The denominator is just 33, so we take the square root of 33 and square it. And we see that a is the square root of 33/4 and b is the square root of 33. And from that we could easily sketch our ellipse.